Welcome back to Masculine Scrapping. Yesterday I told you we were going to see Ellis Island today, but I forgot that I had these items from the museum on the Statue of Liberty complex, and so I'm going to show you this as well. I do want to just tell you it is storming outside, so the lighting's a little difficult, but I'm going to do my best. This is actually the shopping bag from the museum store. And I had two sides, so you can see I cut it out, and then I have sewn a very thin border. It's very hard to see on here, but I basically sewed it to the page. And I showed you before on another project how I had taken a dollar bill to get the date stamp, and I did that again here, but we're also going to put one here that I got on another piece of envelope from the store as well. So the beauty of these is you see in a lot of historical sites, they show the date in the middle, what that is, and the location, and so it really helps a lot with putting it in place, the spreads in place in time. You know, I've put this dollar bill in a plastic protector. It's not sealed. I don't see any need to see the back, so I'm actually just going to run some tape on it if I can. There we go. And there we go, just a few, and we'll just stick it here. So I don't know, I just feel like that's kind of a unique thing. Someone looking at it down the road might go, what was he thinking? But there it is. So that page, pretty simple. It did take time to cut that out and sew the border on it, but I just think it's cool the way that turned out. Again, trying to use all kinds of ephemera from the trip to highlight the experience. I know a lot of people don't like the ephemera piece, but this is really where scrapbooking started, really even before the days of photographs. Men were collecting items and keeping them in scrapbooks to help remember what they had done. Of course, a lot of them were also writing poetry and journaling, which is not what I do, but it is part of the history of scrapbooking. I have got a copper backing matting here, the copper to match, of course, that part, but also, if you don't know this, the Statue of Liberty is made out of copper, and its original color was this shiny brown, not green. But copper oxidizes over time and turns green. But when it first was up, it was bright, shiny, and brown. These pictures are taken from the Museum of the Statue of Liberty. And again, another cool place. They have some very cool interactive stuff. This here is the original lantern. I don't know if you knew this, but it used to actually have a light inside. They took that part down and put up a new one that is just gold, and they shine lights on it. But I think they took this one down because it was glass and probably it was difficult to keep in repair. So just using all of this to create some matting. Chose a gray background, really, to go with a gray that's from that bag that's on this side. And let's see. Let's work on this part of the project. This is a cutting mat, so don't get too panicky of what I'm about to do here. But I am going to work on cutting out these date stamps. When I do the date stamps, I always do it a couple times to make it so that I can pick which one turns out best. These actually haven't turned out that great, but you can see it there. So I'm hoping this is going to work well. Again, now my little cutting tool, you can see there's a blade on there. That means close, and this means far. And so I'm going to use the close one to start. There we go. I needed to press a little harder, but it has worked. And now I want to get a border for this piece. And so I'm going to cut it using this bigger one and the larger cut. So I always like to save as much paper as I can. So we'll get that on the edge. There's one edge, there we go. Same thing, fit it in the groove. Press down, press hard, move it. And that one came out a lot nicer. There you go, you can see. I chose this green because it looks a little bit like the green of the current Statue of Liberty, probably a little darker, but that's okay. All right, and then again, my tape is not cooperating, and we'll get that right there in the middle. Okay. I also don't want this to look too boring, so let's do a torn edge border for the side here. And I'm just going to tear it out a little bit farther than normal. The reason being, I think that that cutout circle is actually kind of a cool feature and might be able to be used in another project. And I'm wondering, let's see what that looks like. Ooh, I really like that with a lot of paper on there. And I just realized, however, that this is probably Creative Memories paper made for their albums, which are not quite 12 by 12. Look, I bet if I put it that way, nope, so it's probably 11 3/4. That's all right. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to put it down on here with a border like that, and then it's really going to look like I've got a double border, which is kind of a cool feature. So might be out of tape. I'm not quite out of tape. It's close. I'll change it for the next project. But it's not really wanting to cooperate today. Okay. So we will get it even in all directions. There we go. Yeah, I really like the way that turned out. So it makes it look like I have a double border. There we go. Press it down. Yeah, I really like the way that has turned out. So there we go. This is the Statue of Liberty Museum. Here it is here. Copy of the face on the inside. By the way, that is huge. It's taller than I am. Another view, and then of course I love this photo. This is the original torch, and you can look through the glass, and in the background you can see the Statue of Liberty right there. So that was just a really cool experience. Again, this is part of the whole picture. If you're there on the grounds, get there early and plan to spend a lot of time there. Thanks for joining us today. We appreciate it, and we'd love to see your projects. Take care.